So, Last Man Standing. It's been in the game for just under a week now, and I actually made a video a few weeks ago with my suggestions on what they can do to make it better. And I think actually all of them was done except for one thing. I mean, yeah, they did upgrade the weapons used, but I still think there's so much room for more improvement. The reason the 20 mods was so active is because it was so relatable to the actual real game, and it would benefit your gameplay. So in the 20 mods, basically you had max gear, and you could run around and not worry about your prayer, not worry about your stamina, and just basically have fun. That is what the Last Man Standing should be. I do like the whole idea of survival and the whole sort of H1Z1 sort of feel about it, but running around with no prayer and no energy and bashing someone with a rune skim is just, I don't know, I just don't find it myself. At the moment I find it to be a really fun game mode, but after like a couple of hours, I don't know, it just loses it a little bit. Like, it does make you want to put your money into it, and it does make you want to keep playing the version of the game, but I just think the survival and longevity of it, I don't know, I just can't see it happening unless they do something pretty soon. Well, maybe not pretty soon, but definitely within the next month. The main problem at the moment, what everyone is saying, is prayer flicking. Don't get me wrong, I do like the idea of prayer flicking, but at the moment it just suits the player that can prayer flick the best, and that is not a very large part of the Runescape community, so as you can imagine, people are dropping out left, right and centre. The whole idea of Last Man Standing is that it's a PKing game mode. So ideally, I mean, obviously it won't always happen, but ideally the best PK in that game would come out to be the winner. That was the way that it was originally pitched, and that's the way that it should have been, being a PK game mode. However, at the moment it's just the person who loots the most chests, the person that gets the best spawn, and the person that can prayer flick is basically the winner. I know a lot of people are saying that they don't like the idea of the best PK coming out on top, because it would just be the same people winning over and over again, which is exactly why JX made the whole RNG side of it at the same time. But I think the balance of it needs to be right. The best PK, if he has the right luck, should win. However, it can be switched around if someone else gets better luck, which is how an RNG game should be based. However, at the moment, it's just if you have an AHK set up, or if you want arthritis in your right hand, then you can just pray flick the whole game and continue to win a lot more than those that don't. So my suggestions as to how they should make it better: for a start, you should have unlimited prayer. Prayer flicking does not determine how good you are at PKing, it's just a quality of life update. If you have unlimited prayer, it will be more focused on PKing and not deathmatching. It shouldn't, so at the moment it's just whoever has the most food and whoever can pray flick. It's basically a deathmatch. The idea of Last Man Standing, I'm sure it was to get kills, like bashing someone with an alley skim and with a 9 HP and then they prayer flick it and then they can't eat because they have 1k ping. That's not a kill, that's just a mistake. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, there has been a few kills here and there, but that is very unlikely. So my first proposition is unlimited prayer. Also unlimited energy. Like, I don't understand why you would want to walk around. It's not fun. I mean, yes, I do like the whole sort of survival thing, as I said, but having only 100% energy, and you know, without wasting little tokens on the energy pots, I don't know. I just prefer to have a lot of energy, as I say, so it's more PK based rather than just walking around for the majority of the game and running whenever you need to escape. So getting to my main point now is when you spawn, you should have basic hybrid gear. So at the moment, you spawn with a spear. And everyone knows that the spear is actually, you can do better DPS kicking. So the spear is pretty much useless. I don't know why it's even there now. Like, it's just a sort of useless weapon. Yeah, you can sell it for 1 ticket into the shrine, but I don't know, it's pretty much pointless. But as I say, at the moment you only spawn with that one item. What I'm proposing, I know it's quite a drastic change, but however a lot of people have suggested the same thing, is you should spawn with a basic hybrid setup. So you should either tribrid or some sort of hybrid. I'm sure there could be some sort of compromise, I really don't care which. But you should be able to spawn with basic hybrids. That'd be maybe a Mystic or even like Moon Clan or maybe like a Water Staff, just sort of basic gear just for you to be able to fight. So it doesn't matter how many chests you loot. Of course, the only chest that you get is just the upgrades that you can get. So for example, Water Staff to Ancient Staff, you know, Mystic to Arims, etc, etc, etc. So the chest that you loot is only the upgrades that you get. However, if you do miss a chest or you do get unlucky when looting the chest, then you can still fight with your basic gear, bearing in mind if you're actually a good PKer, which is what the game mode should be like. A few little other things that I've seen on the way, it's just, I'll be showing some clips at the same time. The person who deals the most damage, I think they're changing this anyway, but the person that deals the most damage should get a loot rather than the last hit. Because at the moment, people are just running away or freezing someone and then getting their friend to hit them, and then they basically steal their key. I have quite a good example of that on my screen right now. I wouldn't do this normally, it's just my friend Framed was streaming. And he was fighting this guy, and then the guy that he was fighting just froze him and sort of stood around the corner, and then PJ'd the fight off him, and I thought it was quite funny. But it has happened to me at the same time, and it was really, really annoying, and yeah, probably cost me the game. That's pretty much it for my suggestions for this video. If you have any feedback on any of the ideas that I've brought up, or any new ideas that you have, please leave them down in the comments, and I will try and get back to you. I'm actually on a holiday from the 13th of August to the 20th, so I'll be away from then. However, I probably still will have Wi-Fi access, so I will be able to reply to comments. I'll try and upload a scheduled video just so I can upload one while I'm away, and then when I get back I can work back on it again. Here, have a look at this clip. This was oh, I was so angry. So I was basically fighting this guy. I had full rune, a whip, I even had a D-skin which I was ready to put into the shrine, but this guy came up and attacked me. I was like, I'm not going to die to him. I'm like the best gear right now. I have loads of food, I have 2 keys, there's no chance I'm dying, so I'm just going to fight him. I went down to low HP. My idea was to use the key on the chest just as I'm low HP, because it actually heals you back to 4 HP and gives you more loot. So you do better to use the key on the chest when you're low HP, obviously when high HP, because you can get an extra 80 HP, so it's quite a good thing to do. So when I was about to use my key on the chest, I actually misclicked. It wasn't really that I misclicked it was just the click region. When you're attacking someone, the click region of them is a lot bigger than anything else around them. So when I tried to click on the chest, I clicked back on him, and I got D2H for an 18. I was so upset. I was actually going to win that game. There's only like 7 survivors left, so if I killed him, there'd have been 6 left, and I could snipe someone off and probably got a bank, probably an AGS and a bloody everything. Yeah, pretty upset about that. Anyway, as I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Get back to me as to what you think should happen in the game mode next, and see you.